Hi, this is Sherry. Welcome to Core Strength and Balance. I have missed you guys so much. I hope you are all doing well. Just a short little exercise class today. Let's begin with zigzag arms. And you can make your zigs a little bigger if you want. And then come back to the center. Arms out to a T. Twist to the right. Take a little bow. Back to the center, twist to the left, take a little bow, back to the center, hands on your hips, lift your right knee up, and then bring your foot out with the foot flexed, out to the side, back to the center, up and down. Up, out, side, back, up and down. Up, out, the side, back, up and down. And now go to the left side, up, out, side, back, up, and down. And you can always do more of these on your own at home. And now let's stir the pot. And then the other direction. And now let's just move the spine a little bit, cave in, arch your back and look up, cave in, look up. And now let's come up to standing. And let's just do a little movement, step together, step, step together, step. You can add a little hop if you want. And now we'll do some balancing, but first I want to just talk about the neck, which is probably getting a workout at home, watching TV, being on the computer, reading books. I know my neck has hurt this week because I'm doing so much of that. So something I try to do every day, and then in between being on the computer also, every few minutes. So I look over my right shoulder, back to center, look over my left shoulder, back to center, make little circles with my nose, one direction, and then circles the other direction. And that just seems to really help me. Let's do some balancing now. We'll do our tree pose. First, shift all your weight over to the right leg. And the key to these balancing poses is to find a spot on the floor to stare at. And then bring your foot onto your calf, your arms overhead. These are like the branches of the tree. You can have your palms together or apart. And this is very strengthening for the standing leg, strengthening for the muscles and the bones both. And release. Now begin to shift all your weight over to the right side, the left side, the other right, And then when you're ready, your foot can come onto your calf. Make sure your foot never presses onto your knee. And it's okay to wibble and wobble and come in and out of the pose. Just make sure you're still breathing in and out through your nose. Your roots are going deep into the ground and your branches are going into the sky overhead. And it might be a little windy out, so you might notice your branches are blowing around a little bit. And that's perfectly fine. And release. And now bring your legs out wide. We'll come into a squat. Make sure your toes and your knees are lined up. Come into cactus arms. And then come down into a squat. And then back up. Down into another squat. Come back up. And then bring your feet back hip distance apart. And sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Bring your arms out in front of you, shoulder height. And just hang out for a couple breaths here. This is very strengthening for the legs also. Straighten your legs and come on up. And then take your left left hand around your right wrist, stretch up long, and then over to the side, back to center, stretch on the other side, and then over to the side, and release. And now come back to your chair. Sitting at the edge of your chair, move over to the side. Take the outside arm to the inside thigh, the other arm to the back of the chair, and as you inhale, sit up really tall. As you exhale, twist to the side. Inhale tall, exhale, and make sure you're not over twisting here. Remember, in yoga, we're always working at our own pace, listening to our own inner body wisdom. And now come back to the front and then scoot to the other side. Outside arm to the inside thigh, other hand to the back of the chair. Inhale tall, exhale, twist. Inhale tall, exhale, twist, or maybe just stay where you are. These twisting poses massage all the internal organs, and it has a very beneficial effect. And now come back to the center. And let's do that thing that we did in kindergarten. Pinky to the thumb, pinky to the thumb, and we'll go up. And then back down. And I don't know why, it is so much harder going down, but it is. And now let's just give ourselves a little hand massage, sort of lengthening out the fingers. Our hands do so much for us every day, and we should just be nice to them. And then just shake it out, sit back in the chair, and then sitting up very tall, feel your feet on the floor, feel your sitting bones on the chair, and feel your back up against the back of the chair. And just focus on your breathing. And I'd like to close with a quote. Do not lose your inner peace for anything whatsoever, even if your whole world seems upset. And that's a quote by St. Francis de Sales. And now you can just sit and relax and breathe as long as you want. This period of relaxation is very beneficial.